What's a ghost like her doing in a place like this? Hey dudes, we are at the Heart of the Swarm event. I'm here with a mysterious stranger to the Channel of Realm. Identify yourself.
I'm Nick Werner. I write all your history, and I work with you every day, Brett.
Yeah, I like to pretend that we're total strangers for these bits. Is that cool? So one of us is about to go interview. You want to do paper, rock, scissors to see who gets to go ahead and do the interview?
Let's do this.
Okay, ready? And it's 1, 2, 3, hit.
Yeah, great.
1, 2, 3. You did it wrong. You did it wrong. 1, 2, 3, hit.
My scissors have been upgraded.
All right, you know what? I'm going to give you this one. Check out this interview. It's super rad. Let's do this.
I am here with Chris Sigaty, who is the production director on Heart of the Swarm. And let's dive right into this. So what exactly, like when you walk in the morning, what's the first thing you end up doing?
I generally do email. I get in, try and understand what's going on, if anything's developed since I left the night before, and try and get a grasp of what current fires are going on.
You know with Blizzard that you guys take the time to get the game right and famous for pushing deadlines back and back. When you have a schedule like that and you are trying to make that balance, how much pushback is there to stick to the schedule, or how much freedom are you given to just change the schedule as you need to get the game where you want it to be?
We're given, I mean, I think it's unprecedented in the industry, but all my experience really is here at Blizzard. But you know, there was a specific incident in Wings of Liberty where we were running up against June of 2010, and we were shooting to launch in June, and we had a sit down at the executive level, and ultimately Mike Morheim, the president of the company, said, you know, I think hearing all the feedback and all this, that we should push it back a little bit further and make sure we get that extra level of quality. So it's something, once we know we're on to a fun game and we've got the experience to a level where people are playing and enjoying themselves, we know we're on the right track. We do start to set dates that we try to hit, and then it does become a discussion, but even then it's not about hitting a quarter or you know, making sure that we adhere to some schedule. It's about making sure that we adhere to the Blizzard name and the quality that we've proven in the past, and ensuring that we continue to do that moving forward.
Starcraft 2 Wings of Liberty took you guys from the end of Warcraft 3 until July of last year in order to get out. But now it seems like you're trying to get Heart of the Swarm, and after that, Legacy of the Void out the door much faster. Is that a difference in how you're approaching the development cycle, or is it more of, with Wings of Liberty, you sort of hit the core mechanics of everything, and now you're just perfecting on that? Yeah,
Wings of Liberty, there was a few things, like World of Warcraft did play a role in that, and then there was a number of things that we had to do to figure out what we wanted. You know, when we set out to make Wings of Liberty, or just StarCraft 2 in general, we had these very vague ideas of what that meant. The core idea we did know is we wanted it to really build on the legacy of the original and have those sort of core resourcing mechanics and have these 3 core races, and you know, kind of bring that back into the modern engine and modern thought of gaming. But beyond that, we just said, well, let's be innovative, for us at least, on the single player side, and let's be innovative on the online space. And that was very vague. You know, that's a total vague statement. I have the sheet somewhere on our network that says this. And going back now, that was a huge part of it. Understanding what story mode meant, how much conversation we should have, what the mechanics were of tech for, you know, to build Rainer's army. All of these things took a lot of iteration. We built things multiple times. We were still putting out patches for the Frozen Throne for definitely a couple of years, and even beyond that. So it was, you know, lots of distractions, lots of iteration, focusing in on what it really was, until we got to the point where it's like, this is really starting to feel right. In your minds, is this an expansion, or does it look more like a whole new game that you're approaching, in the sense of how new features and new content you're trying to put in there, or? Well, it's definitely, I mean, as far as how we are thinking of selling the product, we're definitely considering it an expansion at this point. We're 99% on that. I mean, it's, we think of it very similar to what the Frozen Throne was to Reign of Chaos, or what Brood War was to Starcraft. But as far as the amount of content we want to deliver, it's similar. We want to deliver a Blizzard experience, a Blizzard level of content, and that has been a lot in the past. So we'll deliver content across all 3 races in the multiplayer sense. We want to do more on the versus AI and co-op experience for players. We're also working on Blizzard Dota, and want to deliver our first form of what we've been talking about as a marketplace, so that custom maps get more attention, and that the attention they deserve.
Once you get past Legacy of the Void, if somebody comes up with another great idea for the continuing story of Jim Raynor or whatever, will you come out with yet another expansion to go back to the Terrans, or with all 3, or is it more you guys will move on to the next big project after Legacy is done?
Yeah, that's something we're still talking about even right now. Anything is possible. The idea of letting players into additional story is fantastic. We'd love to be able to, deliver something like that, but there are no plans in that regard at this point.
Can't get into E3? Machinima is streaming live from the convention floor June 7th through the 9th. Get exclusive access every day at machinimae3.com. Need more E3 video? We'll have the best trailers, game demos, announcements, and more on our YouTube channel.